Oh man, I am not the best at that, but I am definitely learning. Pretty pumped on this. I have a very special guest today. I am super excited about my guest. I've been doing like 6 of these, and every time I get somebody on this, I get very giddy, and they're like my friends, and yet I still get super excited to see them because I haven't seen them in a while and chat. So my next guest, Sin, is a very good friend of mine. I am blessed to been able to come across this kid quite a bit in like the CrossFit world and also in barbells for boobs. And I'm actually excited to tell you like the inspiration that you were for me, but we'll talk about that later. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good to see and hear you, man.
Yeah, man. How you been? You like a new person. Like, I mean, every time I see you,
man. I didn't went through the came from the mountain and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like
you're like, I turn around and I see like jaw and stuff now. I'm like, what's happening? Or you're like me, where you start realizing that you're getting so old or older, and you're now like, ooh, I can't carry this weight. I got
about that shit.
It was cool when I was younger, but now my heart's in jeopardy. I got to move along.
Right? Exactly.
Oh man. Tell me a little bit, like where are you located? Where are you located?
I'm in Harlem, New York City.
Yeah. And then you have a gym out there?
I did. I closed it in 2015. They closed. Well, they had turned our space into a charter school, so they kind of rezoned that entire area where they want no adults and kids could be in the same building at the same time during the day without being certified by the Board of Ed or whoever. So, yeah, man, I closed up. I wrote a bunch of business proposals. I went to a lot of different people to try to figure out how to reinvent what I was doing. And I just came to the point. I was like, you know what? This is it. I'm just not meant to do this for a while. So
yeah,
I had to come up with some other outlet, dude. You know what I mean?
And then tell me a little bit about your other outlet, because that's kind of what inspired me.
Yeah, well, I had 263 members, dude, and I was the type of guy that would know everything about you. Your ex, your current boyfriend, your ex-girlfriend, whatever. Plus, I know your front squat, back squat, full snatch, power snatch, push jerk, push press, bench press, front squat, overhead squat with lunges.
You basically
knew everything there was to know about you.
All the dirty laundry.
All the fucking dirty secrets, man. I knew all that shit.
The real dirty laundry.
Exactly how to push you and when to push you. I knew when you was just sleeping on the wheel, and I knew when you had more potential or more in the tank, but you just wasn't giving it to me, whether it was lack of trust or lack of confidence. So, after I had to close that up, I kind of had to figure out another way to kind of feel like I was coaching or doing something that was making some sort of a difference, in myself first. And then, of course, into my community. So I kind of went to the, blog style, I guess, where you're just kind of talking about your thought of the day, your word of the day, you know what I mean? Like, just kind of went through different variations of how I wanted to display my mindset every day. And I just leaned towards just saying exactly how I feel about absolutely everything that enters my mind, dude. Like, just unfiltered, like, just, this is what I think about you. Eat that, or
but that's always been you, right?
I love you. Eat that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That.
Yeah. I would say that that's probably one of the best things about your coaching style is that's you in the raw, right? I mean, and some people can swallow that and some people can't. And I think that for me personally, that's always what attracted myself to you, because I know that I get a lot of shit about that. Like, oh, Max is too hard. Max is this, Max. And it's like, no, I just told you the fucking truth. And then that kind of hurt. But that's also what you pay me for. That's why you're involved with me. We were friends. Right?
Absolutely.
So you go on this journey, and you start really like helping out youth. You start really kind of helping out community. And then how much weight did you lose?
Well, I kind of I was auditioning. I was auditioning for commercials and shit and movies and stuff. So I dropped a ton of weight, dude. I dropped about 90 pounds of just pure fat, and I got down to like 7% body fat, something real retarded. And I was just ready, dude. I had the best videos going. I was starting my own shit. Like, what's up? And then I ran out of money. I had a movie ready to set and shoot on my own. Ran out of money. Couldn't convince anyone else, anyone to invest in that shit. So I just was like, let me stick with the mindset stuff. Let me stick with the motivational stuff. And from that, dude, it's just where everything else started to kind of pop out, So I've never been, whenever I felt like I'm being a little too girly with my shit, like if I'm counting calories and shit, like, nah, man, like I can only do that for a minute. Like I can't live like that, dude. And once we got quarantined, I was like, shit, I'm going to eat every gummy I can see in my life, man. I'm going to get all these food demons out. So by the time we go back in, I'm good to go. I'm good to go.
I got to get it going again. Hey, what got you into like, give me a little bit of your coaching history, the path of what really got you into wanting to coach people?
Well, I'll tell you, man, I was in corporate America 25 years, and most of that time I was some type of manager on an executive level. So I had teams of people all the time, and we were sales guys. So we were just like soldiers out there trying to, close the deal and negotiate the contract. So we all kind of had this hustler mentality to us, man, that we were just out there trying to, I don't know, change the world, at least this little piece, whatever the case is. So when I got into fitness, dude, I was just like, I wanted to run it like an actual business. I didn't want to run it like I'm just some gym rat that opened up a fucking gym. Like I wanted to run it like it was a fucking corporation, dude. So I kind of got into that style where I could just see good talent, man, like you, super early, dude. I was a Max fan super early, 2008. I'm like, who is this motherfucker, man? Please figure out how to put me in contact with this motherfucker.
I was back when I was getting yelled at about too much volume.
Yeah, dude, I got the Dutch first. I was like, Dutch, come on, man.
Yeah.
And you were the guys that motivated me, dude. Like, you made me a better coach because it was just super real, raw, not giving a goddamn, and just saying how you feel about shit, dude. And that's, even where I'm at now, dude, these boutique fitness guys and these fitness influencers, dude, they're just not, like they're just not real.
Yeah, well, no, that's what got me into it. That's what got me into it. Yeah, that's what got me into it. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to give out my stuff. I wanted to be with somebody. And then I realized that all these people out here spitting out like no real information, just bullshit for funds. And I'm like,
man.
Yeah, I'm going to do this for passion, like, no way. Oh, fine. You want me to speak up? I'll speak up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What drives you to coach daily? Like what drives you?
Just a sense of purpose, dude. A sense of, you're not trying to save everyone, just one, if you can get one a day or one an hour or one, whatever, like, you're making a difference. I mean, you're not making the biggest difference in the world, but at least if you're leading by that example where you're going for one or two and not trying to change the world except for one person at a time, dude, it's a lot easier when you're taking that little bits of pieces instead of trying to eat the whole shit. You know what I mean? Like one bite at a time, one person at a time, dude. And I'll tell you, I've just gotten better at looking at talent, dude. I'll be in the South Bronx with just a bunch of kids, and I'll be like, "Ooh, that's an Olympic weightlifter right there." You know what I mean? Or I'm just like, "Fuck, this could be a future power lifter right there, dude." Like, I'm just zoned in on what it actually takes to be a fucking champion, dude. Like, it's just, you got to have good movement, good ethics, dude, and you just got to be willing to just go and hammer out the problems, the issues. and not run from them. Let that be the first thing you do every day. You know what I mean?
When you see those kids now and you see they're like, oh shit, their potential. And then you have to like in your own mind, like, oh man, fuck, they would have to swallow like 8 years of commitment. Like what? Like immediately for me, because I have some kids even in the jail in the juvenile hall where like, I'm like, oh man, when do you get out of here again? Like, how long do I got to wait? Like,
Yeah,
Jesus.
really.
Who do you got to talk to?
Man, I've seen the guys that don't really respect it at the top of the food chain. And I've seen the guys that are just super talented and don't have to force it, and they're just at the top of the food chain. But those guys that don't necessarily have that talent, but they got that work ethic, they're super consistent and their averages are high. Those are the guys that you want, man. You don't want these people that are just out of the gate super talented. You want some that want a little bit of exposure, very hungry, willing to learn. I mean, that's really what it takes, dude, because I've seen a lot of these guys and gals get to the top and forget who they are or where they come from. And then when they're falling back down, it's like, oh, smiling at those people that they were, turning their backs on. And it's just sad to see, dude. I've seen relationships destroyed forever just over some nonsense.
Do you think that that's mostly too maybe the CrossFit, like because of the athletes that got involved? I feel like a lot of athletes just tried to get to the games instead of actually trying to win the games. And that used to be a biggest problem with games athletes.
Those guys can make anywhere between 25 to 45,000 a year just in endorsements and contracts and what have you, just going to regionals every year. Just going to regionals, dude. Being top 10, top 5, whatever. It's not, I can't imagine how absolute lucrative it can be to actually get to the games. Because unless you're top 7, I would say, no one really even knows who the hell you are, dude. And it gets worse and worse every year. Like it's top 2.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know who the hell's winning anymore. Like, I don't care, dude. Like, it was always a respect thing for us, man. It was always like, okay, you were the best we have this year. That's super respectful. That's it. And you kind of carried it almost like the Mr. Universe for the year, like that's changed so dramatically, dude, where it's become like who's the new person of the month or week or whatever. And we kind of knew that going in. We sort of knew that you could get grind up real fast if you weren't super consistent. I mean, we kind of saw that pretty quickly. There were a few that got away. There's a few that got away that they weren't held to any real high standards, and they still make money in the community, dude. And it's, I wrestle with that, and I'm like, it's cool you're here, but what the fuck are you actually doing? Like, what are you actually teaching us? Like, what kind of an example are you trying to really give to us? You know what I mean?
Yeah, to the other coaches or a new coach coming on or like the community itself. Yeah. If you're going to say you're part of a community, what are you giving back in the sense of what you're taking, right? So if you're making X amount of dollars, if you're making X amount of following,
what turkeys are you giving away? Are you just in a nicer house and driving nicer cars? Like, where's the people's champion, dude? You know what I mean? Like, where's the people that's going back to the hood with it or going back to the community with it? Driving down the middle of fucking town, town hall with the fucking key to the city. Like, where are these guys? Those guys just don't exist, dude. It's just a different world.
And at a local level, I mean, I do feel like with the fitness community, we could do a huge, like, each local CrossFitter goes to their mayor, gets a little key. Next thing you know, they got kids working out. Yeah, totally.
Well, we're just not there, dude. We've never necessarily, I don't want to say never, but I sense since at least 2011, dude, we just don't function as a community. Correct. You know what I mean? We don't function as people that go to regionals just to see their friends or go to the games just to see their friends. They're going there for other reasons, dude. And everything changed when the money actually started to come in.
Yeah, normally the case. I mean, I can tell you that in 2008, 2009, they thought that the money was going towards football. And, I became a thief. So it happens. Somebody thought they were getting a sponsor.
You know the deal.
Oh fuck. Hey, what is your ideal, like, perfect client, perfect member, perfect kid to work with? What's the mindset?
mindset for kid, adult, woman, child is all is different. I mean, for the kids, I just want them to keep trying things that they would think normally they would fail at. And I ask that of my members. I ask that of the women or men. I just keep trying at the things you think in your mind you would fail at normally. And one day you'll stop failing at those things. And that means you're going to have to raise your expectation of yourself even higher. You know, the people that I've coached the longest, dude, they didn't stay with me. Like, they went on to do other shit, but they became the best in everything that they went on to do. So I felt like I did my job. Like, if I can convince you to be the best and make you the best, and then you continue on into another community and you're the best there, then I did my job. Now, I'm
Yeah.
not the guy to push you to do that every day, but as long as you can hear me in your head saying, ugh, you better do that. Nope. And refusing to let you off on things that you know that you can do, then I did my job. And I feel
That's
like that
awesome.
no matter who it is, dude. I really built a super safe space where we were at, dude. Where it didn't matter who you were, it didn't matter how much money you made, didn't matter what your rank was, didn't matter what your position or title was outside of these walls. And these walls, I am the dictator. You do what I say without question. Without question. Because if I go to your place of business, you're going to expect the same.
Yeah. I really like that about the gym, the great equalizer. You could be a big nerd, you could be an asshole, you can be all kinds of stuff, and then you walk into the gym, and then what you put in is what you get out, and what you
That's
look
it,
like is
baby.
what
Super
you do.
simple.
There's no, hey, I did something else, or I know somebody, or a friend of a
Mm-hmm.
friend. Like, no, no,
No
no, my
favors
friend.
here, baby.
Yeah, no fair. It's all about what you own, what you pay.
Right.
What is your least favorite athlete, client, member, kid
I
type of
mean, I
deal?
will I will tell you this, dude. Um, that by any means necessary mentality that it really takes in some of these cases to be the winner, to be the best. I'm really not about that. Like, you got to break ethics, you got to break rules, you got to break whatever it is to be the best or get to the best. It's really just not worth it, and that's just from experience, dude. Like, I've seen myself doing some of these competitions and I'm going 100%, but I feel like I'm snapping my shit. Like, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. Like, okay, if I got to go to 100% and snap my shit to win, it's not even worth playing the game. So those people that are willing to necessarily snap their shit to win or to do this or do that, not really looking for that mentality. For those people that can go 100% and it's really 80, but you think it's 100 and you're in not necessarily harm's way and you can still do what you got to do and be the best, I love that. But if you got to go 100%, snap your shit, or take this, take that to make sure you don't, or recover quicker, dude, I'm not into that fashion. I'm into that long term, long investment shit. Like, don't come in here and act like shit's going to happen in 6 months. Let's hope that we get one thing done in 6 months. Okay. Let's hope we get two things done in a year and a half.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, coming in there, getting that laundry list of shit that you need done and prioritizing it, but not prioritizing who you are as an individual and your mentality and how to make it all work so that becomes more of a long term investment. Those are the only people I'm interested in, dude. Not them short term people.
Do you feel like when people come in, they actually come in with that laundry list, or do you got to actually
Never.
tell them?
Well,
Yeah,
you can tell from the door. You get
never.
better. You get better at questioning them from the door. Like,
Yeah,
what's up? What you trying to do? What are you into? Blah blah blah. Why are you here? That sort of thing. And then you can just listen to the same shit. And if you're smart enough, you can uncover what's really going on. Oh, they'll say this, they'll say that. But they say, oh, I'm just trying to tone up this or that. Okay, so what's going on? Someone's getting married. It's summer. Talk to me. Like, you can really start getting in there and trying to understand what their motivations are. You can change them, especially if they're bullshit. But you've got to go for that work ethic first. You got to go for, okay, are you going to give up or you can continue on first? And you got to do whatever you can to get them to quit. I try to get my clients to quit straight up. Oh, you want
yeah.
this? You want that? Okay, well, here. I remember work first day, dude. I had this, I think it was he's on Broadway, so he's singer, dancer. And he said, yeah, Sam, I want to grow muscle. I'm trying to get muscle. And I'm looking at his frame. You know them hard gainers, dude. They can barely put any meat on their bones. So I said, all right, well, here we go. I put a 100-pound vest on him. I said, I want you to run a mile, come back.
Oof.
He was like, whoa. I said, yeah. This is how we're going to get that real ass muscle on you, buddy. We're going to make you suffer till your body says that it needs more muscle and needs some kind of framework to get you past these things.
I did that once. I made a kid wear an actual vest because he wanted to gain 10 pounds and he didn't like, I knew he just wouldn't gain it. So I made him wear a vest at all times. And then his back started kind of bugging him because it was like 30 days. And this is when I was super young. I was like, oh shit. Hey, you know what? Maybe let's lighten up the load a little bit. Howard, let's not. But he did end up gaining the weight, but I wasn't as smart back then.
People gotta understand, like if you want something different out of your body, you gotta do some different shit, get some different signals hitting those membranes in the brain of yours, man. You can't keep doing the same shit the same way. Expect something to change, dude. You gotta do something different.
What is your favorite type of program?
We're talking about a workout program?
Yeah, like, you know, obviously we all love CrossFit. We like GPP, but like inside there, do you like doing more squatting? Do you like when you go on a squat cycle, or just in general, like when I go into a running cycle, or like, you know, gymnastics? What kind of part of the year do you really enjoy? Kind of, you know, hypertrophy in the winter.
I'm big on the three, you know, the deadlift, the squat, and the press. Like, I just love it. So I like variations of that, you know, whether that's a mixture of one of the three every day or every other day, and then we're hitting like a nice barbell complex with some running. I just love that type of stuff, dude. Those barbell complexes is just everything to me, dude. Like, just that ability to exchange and go back and forth and back and forth. I love it, dude. So that mixed with any kind of running, I love it. I love practicing gymnastics as a skill, not necessarily as a something you throw in a workout. Throw a clock on, but I like those times where you can sit back and really get into them, you know?
Like almost how, like if you, instead of like putting 20 minutes for lifting, you put 20 minutes for gymnastic skills, or every 2 minutes on the 2 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a big fan of that. I even let them sometimes pick the gymnastic skills they want to work on. And if they stay consistent with it, I'm down with it. Like if I run a cycle for a few weeks and then I see them working on the same skill, the minute I see the majority of them change, I'm like, dump this shit, gone. You're not consistent enough to work on it yet, I guess.
Right.
Oh, man. What is your favorite exercise barbell wise? The three, if you had to choose one of them.
I came in loving the deadlift because it goes up so fast, but I left loving the squat, dude. Like, there's nothing like a good back squat, dude. It's just nothing like heavy, taxing on the entire skeletal system, dude. I love it.
I was just thinking recently, like, oh man, I got to start squatting again. Yeah, like I miss it so much, but a part of me is like, so much work.
That's the best part.
Yeah, for sure. What's your favorite gymnastics exercise?
I like the handstand. I like the handstand hold. I wanted to be a fan of the walk. I see so much compromise to form for walking, you know what I mean? That I don't even think I want to learn that as much as I thought
I lost you.
Stand holds, that's my shit.
I like,
stand holds, shoulder taps while you know what I mean? Like, I love that type of shit, dude.
It's crazy that we weren't really taught that type of gymnastics at a young age. Like, why wasn't our parents like someone that was just like, hey, just walk on your hands, kid? You know, right. Like, I don't understand. Like, I was telling my mom that the other day. I was like, Mom, you made me do all kinds of other shit in the house. Why didn't you just tell me to stand on my hands? Like, I don't know. It's like, I didn't think about it. Sorry, Maxie.
My bad.
Yeah, totally. What's your favorite style of coaching? Like,
I didn't know. How would you break that down?
Do you like tactile cueing? Do you like explaining? Do you like using because I'm not I know a lot of gimmicky stuff like bands and stuff like that, but I'm not a big fan of it.
I don't do none of that.
I see a lot of good benefits with it. I yell a lot. I'm not really a cheerleader, but I do put fear. Stuff like that.
I'm not afraid to smack you. You know, like if I smack your hip, like get lower. Like I'm not afraid to kick you. I'm not afraid, you know, I'll kick you in the foot or the shin or like I'm not afraid to kick you. I'm not afraid to smack you around. I'm not afraid to just talk the craziest shit. Because to me, it's all in the attempt. And if I can get you to attempt, I'll say damn near anything to get you to attempt. Just try it. You know what I mean? So that's I don't know if that's your coaching style, but that's me. I'll smack you. I'll kick you. I'll talk crazy shit just to get you to attempt it.
For sure. I mean, I babble. I'm a coach that babbles. I'll actually just randomly talk about shit to see who to know who's listening to me. Like if I have a class of 20 and I'm talking about random shit and it's funny and then or it's important information and then 3 of them are like, "Oh, fucking coach," and the other 17 are like, "Huh?" I'm like, right. Okay, well, I got a problem here. Nobody's paying attention to my shit right now.
Right.
If you were to go back or if you were to get a rookie coach now trying to be a coach, what would you tell them? Like, what would you tell a rookie coach?
Probably 3 main things. Do not demonstrate the movement. Like, get somebody else to demonstrate whatever it is you want to demonstrate. Don't do it yourself. The second thing I would be is let people learn in the movement. You know, you see that over coaching where they're telling you, okay, do this, do that, do that. To me, it's like, all right, pick that up, swing it, or pick that up, bring it to your shoulder. Like, let's get going. Like, stop talking and let's go. And the third would be just be patient. You know, it's going to take you at least 1,000 squats to see and recognize all bad squats. You know what I mean? So give yourself some time. There's really no rush to this.
I feel like the overcoach for the rookie is just unbelievable.
It's too much, dude. The over explaining. They sit there 20 minutes explaining a fucking kettlebell swing when they could have been swinging it, and you could have just been smacking them. Dude, I got all kinds of smacking skills, dude.
As an athlete, I never could handle that whenever I'd work, especially with the Olympic lifts. I would go around coaches, really high level coaches, and they would be like, well, see, the trajectory of the force is blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, fuck, you want me to lift it or not?
Right.
Like, am I being soft or strong? What do I need to do?
Right. There you know?
What would you tell a veteran coach like ourselves?
I would say, my first instinct would be like, show me you're a fucking vet. Like, show me some vet shit. Like,
I'm gonna need you to
tell me some vet ass shit. Like, or I would say, I would probably say to them, like, what would you have told a rookie? You know, something like that. But if I see they're an actual vet, you know, because you know those vets is hard to come by. Dude.
I'm gonna need
There's a lot of fake vets out there.
A lot of people saying they've done it for a while, but they've had another job.
Right.
Like, no, if it's a part-time job, then like if you're and you're something else, then, it's a side hustle. Yeah, absolutely, which is fine. But what would you tell both? You got both of them in the same room. You're gonna put something in a capsule to tell a veteran and a rookie, and it's like the one thing you're gonna let them know.
I would tell the rookie that he's never going to learn from one place. Like you may think you know something, but you may think that only information comes from one particular source. You have no idea where you're going to get that instinct to learn something from or get around a problem. You have no idea. So you got to stay open. And you've got to accept all information from everyone and then just disseminate it later. Get rid of the junk later, but take in as much information as you possibly can and then try to file it for another time. There's some types of information that takes years for you to really understand and discover. And if you're just looking for one particular thought or you're just following one particular thought, you're going to miss all kinds of shit. And I would tell the vet to talk more to the fucking rookies. Stop keeping this shit to yourself. Get off the fucking goods, you dick. Stop it. Stop your bullshit. I'm not paying you $29.95. Like,
somebody type shit. It's so true. It's good. Well, like why do you think that now the coaches nowadays want to hold it more, like instead of like older coaches, how they used to teach us, like how
Because
we're
it's
doing
hard
now?
to. There's so many clowns saying that they're doing it, and the guys that are at the top making real money, they just have SEO and meta tags and shit. It's not like they really fucking know any of this bullshit, dude. They just put more money in the back end. While the vets, dude, I had to figure out dude. I sold the apparel just so I could tell clients in my gym to get the fuck out when I felt like it. Like I had to make sure I had enough money because I know me. And I knew they were going to argue with me about some stupid shit and I was going to throw them right the fuck out, dude. So I did that. I did the apparel. I made money somewhere else under the same umbrella just so I could be a better coach. Like I kept my gym super small and I paid the least amount I could think of just so I could maintain quality, dude. So many guys I see, man, they let quality go for money. They do the
Mm-hmm.
dumb shit for fucking money, dude. I was like, I'm never gonna be these guys. I'm gonna keep it super fucking professional. I'm gonna keep it super under budget so that I can run this exactly how I want to. And I can make these clients do exactly what I want them to. I'll tell you, dude, I've seen a lot of guys and they stop doing this, but I remember being told real early there's going to come that time where it's either going to be about you servicing the clients or the clients is damn near servicing you. And I did that in my gym, dude. I said, you know what? Y'all are going to start entertaining my dumb ass because this shit that y'all are putting me through, all these psychological ups and downs, all this paleo, non-paleo, all this early armband fucking bullshit. I said, you're not going to fucking drive me nuts with that shit. I'm going to I'm going to put y'all in here and I'm going to experiment on you. And I would tell them, I'm experimenting on y'all. I'm gonna do all kinds of shit you're never gonna agree to, but I guarantee you one thing's for sure. No one else is gonna run a gym like this. So you can be a part of this or you can leave. And everyone stayed, dude. But I would make them do all kinds of crazy shit. We did an entire bear complex on a metronome, dude.
I like
Had
that.
everyone cleaning on cue,
Oof.
jerking on cue,
I like that.
squatting on cue, like boom, 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 rest, boom, 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 rest. Like I wanted to equate the barbell complex with the heart rate. Like I wanted to be able to, so people to understand based on the weight, whether it's their physical weight or what they can handle, where they can stay right in that 60 to 70% and look amazing with form and move as fast as possible. That way, when I say, okay, let's go 155, now I know you're working hard. Now you're really being taxed. I mean, that's what it was for me, dude. I wanted to make better human beings, but I had to understand everything there was about them individually to even make that happen.
It's crazy how like people respect when you fire someone or like you kick someone out of your gym. You get scared, as just as a business owner. You're like, oh man, I didn't want to do that, but you know what? They're gonna just eat me up. But and they're gonna eat my community up. And then next thing you know, like people around you are like, man, I'm glad that happened because I didn't realize that I was getting sad because this person was coming in and poo-pooing their training and not having fun. And they don't really say it like that, but you can see it when there's someone coming into a class that's always like, hey guys, or like
Yeah, man, shit.
eats it. Like there's no way that we can't have this. I'm sorry. You're paying me, right? Like I'm not forcing you. I didn't pick you up.
Right, right.
Like,
I did
I
not pull
mean,
your teeth to come in here.
yeah, I mean, come on. And I do feel like those coaches that do that, and I think you do it very well. I know you do it very well. Holds a higher standard to their own community, and their community respects them for it.
I'll tell you what, man. I think about this all the time. Some of the shit I was able to do, I'm just like, damn, I can't believe I actually committed to doing this every day. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
pushing standard every day.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
imagine pushing, I don't know, dude. I would see anywhere between 30 to 60 people a day. And individually, I'm pushing absolutely every single one of them every day. And I did it for years. Like, And if they gave me less than that, I shut the class down. I made everyone run miles. Like, I was just on some dumb shit. And I think about it, and I'm like, damn, man, to have that type of tenacity, to hold on to that type of standard and never let that shit go, dude. I don't know how I was able to pull that shit off. But I'm trying to get more people to just try it, man, because if it's your show, if it's your gym and your show and you're running it your way, you could just do that forever. But if it's like you're falling to feedback, you're falling to bad karma or press or reviews or whatever, and now you're changing your entire game plan because someone said something they didn't like, or you did something they didn't like, or you made a mistake. Like, you just got to hold true to who you are and what your values are. And if you don't have any morals and values, go get some, and then start creating something, dude. But to fake it till you make it and all the other stupid shit, it's just dumb, man. You got to figure out who you are as an individual, who you want to be, who you strive to be, and you just push yourself as hard as you can every day. And if you can do that, convince others around you to do the same thing, dude, you're building a real community.
It's funny because that's my next question. What is the type of community that you want to build and are building? Like, what is the community, the group around you that you're trying?
I want people to, again, make that attempt. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's in the gym or in life or that job or that crush or that whatever, that company that you wanted to start, that book you wanted to write, that movie you wanted to do, whatever it is, just keep attempting at it, even if it looks like you're going to fail, even if it doesn't make any sense. I mean, that's the type of community I'm just comfortable around. Risk takers, people that just give everything they've got every single day, dude. Like, that's me. You know what I mean? So I want those type of people around me. And if they can't take those risks, I'm not talking about the risks where you're risking your life. I'm talking about ones where I'm calling you Max, come do this, and you're totally against it. You're 1,000% against it. It's against your morals, your values, whatever. But you said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. Fuck it. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You know what I mean? Like, you may learn something, or you may have totally wasted your day. I don't know. But that attempt, dude, is everything. Because, no matter who it is, no matter what it was, most people, when they ask me to do something, I say yes before I say no, dude, because I'm all about whatever that's going to take me. Where are we going next? So I need a good community of risk takers, dude, that are going to take risks, with themselves and the people around them, just to build a stronger community.
Hey, I wanted to tell you thank you. And I wanted to tell you thank you specifically because I personally am someone who have always been around you and knowing you like in passing, because you're on the East Coast, I'm on the West Coast. And I've been blessed in this life of a coach. I've always been able to come around you. And one of the biggest things that I find is there's individuals in this world that are very passionate about what they're doing. And I remember meeting you and you saying, hey, I'm in Harlem and I'm in this area where I want to actually help. And I want to help community. I want to help people. And I remember this like 2008, like we're real young. And in my mind, I'm like, man, he's going to go into his city. He's in the middle of it. And he's just going to say, fuck it. I'm putting up a tent and we're going to help people out. And in my mind, I started realizing I was working for Equinox. I was working for all these like really, really high-end gyms. And I did it for the money. And because I wanted to train for the trials and stuff. And it bothered me. It ate me up. And the moment that I got time to no longer train, I gave away my training session, one of them, to go coach kids in juvenile hall. And I did that because of you, no one else. So I want to say thank you for that, because that was one of the greatest experiences and still is one of the greatest experiences that I'm involved in right now. So
you're welcome, dude. Super welcome. Thank you for sharing. I had no idea, but I'm going to share back, dude. I'll tell you, looking at your pictures 2008 and seeing Max, I don't even know what the fuck you called it back then. I don't know if it was Max Lifts or Maximont. I have no idea. But seeing those roster colors, dude, and really seeing how you were taking and what you were doing with weightlifting, man, it really motivated me super early, man, that you could just do your own thing and people are going to vibe with it or they're not, dude.
Yeah. I still get told all the time, hey, you got to get rid of the Rasta. It's too mellow. It's too mellow. Yeah. Anybody right now, as I'm growing my business, it's still like, that's the first thing someone comes in and tells me. I'm like, okay, so you weren't the right consultant.
Perfect.
Oh shit. Oh man. Hey, I'm gonna click off real quick and then let's chat a little bit before you got to go. But
yeah, please.
Again, man, I appreciate everything you're doing as a coach. Keep up the great message, and I love you, man.
I love you too, man, dude.